Ooh. What's going on, everybody? It's the Wave Report.
It's the Wave Report.
Yeah. We back.
Yeah, we back for another episode. Somebody missing, but we got a very good replacement today.
Yeah. We got a special guest. We got LaShawn from Sister Girls.
Hey.
From Sister Girls. Yeah, if you haven't seen Sister Girls, go on YouTube and type out how you spell it.
SISTAGIRLZ.
With a Z, so hip hop culture. You know how we do it. Sister Girls. Hey, this, if y'all don't know, also, this is my mother. This is my mother. If y'all want to know where I get my crazy from, you want to know where all this come from, it's that. That's where it come from. Her. Y'all about to witness a little bit of that today. For sure. Before we even get into like regular topics and whatnot, tell us, for our view, a little bit about Sister Girls.
Well, Sister Girls is a show basically about two girls who've been friends over 30 years, and we just tell about life experiences. We talk about things we like, dislike, just pretty much everything. We do crafting, we do cooking, a little bit of everything.
That's cool.
A bunch of DIY, so that's what they call it.
Yes.
What kind of stuff y'all cook?
I like to cook cookies and cakes, but Iris, she's a little bit more elaborate than me. She's more she bougie, but you can't tell her that. According to her, she not. But she like pastas and technical stuff. I can't hang with. I'm there to eat.
Right.
You gotta eat. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna have to come on and do a little crafting ourselves. We were supposed to do it
Yeah.
before.
I'm down.
More than welcome. We'd love to have you.
We artists. We can rap. It shouldn't be nothing to paint something. We can do it, man. I know we can.
We're gonna see.
All right, so let's do a little then and now.
Okay.
Let's talk about some things from the past that may have changed today in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's start out. Look, where you from?
Tampa.
Like what part of the city? Just for the people who know.
Tampa Park, Central Park. That's where I'm from.
Where you from?
Central Park.
For those who don't know, you know what? You the elder guest. Let the people know what these areas is like or was like.
Yeah.
And CPV, like, you had to be about it to live in the Central Park. Here, one for everybody, one for the faint at heart. Let's just say that.
That's true though. That's true.
So it wasn't no bougie town. That was, you know what I'm saying?
No.
It was the bricks. It was for sure the bricks. And in there, contrary to popular beliefs, it wasn't all doom and gloom.
No.
You know what I mean? As a kid, I heard you say this on one of your episodes, like you didn't even realize you was poor.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know that you were supposed to have meat with every meal.
That's right.
And there's a lot of us didn't know. Like we didn't know the extent of it at least.
No, you're right.
You
You're
know
right
what I
about
mean?
that.
So let's talk about a little then and now. A little then and now. Back then, I remember as a kid, I was able to go to the corner store with $1 and come back wrapped up.
That's right.
Now, in 2019, with inflation and stuff like that, and all the things that's happened,
You gonna leave with nothing.
Right.
Go.
what can you buy with $1?
Nothing.
You know, in the hood stores, when you go check out, and they had like a little $5 mint, or the $5 snack. Not the $5, it's like 35 cents.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you get that, but you ain't gonna really get like no snacks.
You might get some like the
Debbie cake's still cheap.
They went up on that.
Yeah, I know, but it's still fairly
Yeah,
cheap.
they used to be a
Honey
quarter. I
buns
think
and all
they're
that
50
stuff.
cents now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like $1 something for some honey buns. Honey bun.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You get a honey bun for 50 cents. 35 cents. I remember when a honey bun was 35 cents.
And no more quarter juices and stuff like that.
No,
Quarter
what happened
juice.
to the quarter juice, man? Wow.
What happened to the candy lady?
Yeah.
So
No
let us know in the
cost.
comments, does Canada still exist? I would love to know.
Yeah, somebody.
I would love to know. I think it should be a lucrative market for a candy lady in any neighborhood.
You don't do frozen cups no more.
No.
Nah, I don't do frozen
No.
cups no more.
That's
I
sad.
wish.
I do too. I had to tie Frozen Cup up. It used to be good.
And flip them upside down.
Yes. You ain't got to share that one. See, I was raised with 3 girls and we had to share everything. But Frozen Cup, we had to share that. So
I tell you, you soft. if you ate a frozen cup with a spoon.
Yeah.
You gotta flip that thing upside down.
Yeah.
You didn't want to get your hands dirty. You probably
Yeah,
that
from the back.
kid who wasn't allowed. You probably was that kid who couldn't play football because your shirt get dirty.
Yeah,
You was that kid. If you did flip your frozen cup.
So speaking out from then to now, what's the biggest difference you've seen from growing up in your era, raising Jonah and your kids, to the parenting now, 2019?
Fear. Like, kids don't fear their parents anymore.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Is that cultural or is that?
I think it's all across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think kids just don't fear their parents. Like maybe the parents don't instill fear. Some of them think that they don't have to. But yeah, I feel like you should.
Yeah.
Is fear the right word? Like, it's
Well, I mean, it may not be the right. It may not be politically correct because I'm not politically
Yeah,
correct.
Jonah ain't
all the
either.
time.
You know, I see where you get it from. He ain't not either. You know what I mean?
I just think that I didn't spare the rod, and I don't think that people should because when you do that, it backfires. You know, that's why you see kids killing their parents. They kill their whole family,
No, you,
all that kind of stuff.
That sound cultural.
yeah. I wasn't there. I was so scared of my mama.
What?
I wasn't there.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, you're right.
So that's the biggest thing that I see today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to wonder, I used to work in the mall back in the day. I used to wonder why I used to see so many kids on leashes. You remember that? That was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, why is this kid on the leash? Like, you can't control your kid?
No.
Nah, they ain't had that
No.
talk before they got out the
No.
car. You touch something, you're
Yeah.
gonna get it.
Yeah.
The look, does the look still exist in 2019? You know, where you
I don't know if it exists how it did when we grew up, but like she said, I just think it's a lack of fear. So you know, a parent can look at their kid like the kid, like I don't.
okay.
Right.
You don't do this at home. I don't.
Exactly.
I don't know what this look means. What is this?
Y'all knew what the look meant.
Of course. Man, we'd be wilding. That look comes like, you get quiet. Like, hold on. The limit has been pushed. It's over now.
Do you think the convenience of like social media now, like, because the era we grew up in, we know what it's like to struggle. There was like beauty in it, and we learned a lot from it.
Right.
And I don't think kids really get that anymore.
They don't. They're entitled. They feel entitled. I feel like they feel entitled. We're so quick to try to give them what we didn't have, and make life easier for them because we don't want them to have the struggle that we did. That I think we overdid it, and now they feel entitled. So it's like they wake up Christmas morning and they like, you know, oh, I didn't get the new PS4, whatever it is. You know, I didn't get this. They're not grateful for the small things.
Side note, I remember a particular Christmas I didn't get anything.
Oh God.
What Christmas was it? What year was it?
Oh
year?
man.
Get Rich or Die Trying just dropped 2003.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna
Why
never
didn't you
forget
get it? Why didn't he get anything?
that. Yeah, why didn't we get it? Because he showed his ass.
Oh, that's why.
But you know we did do that Christmas, right?
What?
We went to boys' homes
Yeah.
and gave out stuff. We went to hospitals and gave out stuff. And by the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it 100. I didn't feel so bad for not getting anything at the end of that one. I woke up sour. I woke up salty. Because the rest of my siblings got something, and I get it. I get it. I wasn't in a position where, you know, I probably deserved much. But going out and giving to other people was, what was your mindset back then, like, to because you was ahead of the time, like, in my opinion, like you were doing, we wasn't even like in no position to be giving back like we rich or something. You were doing it out of the kindness of your heart, like building community and helping people out and showing them like there's people that love you out here.
I think I learned the way to sow seed and get a return. I learned that quick. So I felt like if I gave to the community, then God would make a way for me to give to my kids. And he did every single time. I'm not saying that to say you have to give in order to get something back. You should be just giving from your heart, which that's what we was doing. And I was trying to raise them to see that even though we in this situation, it's not as bad as you think. Let me show you who got it worse. You know, so, you know, I would just take them around and we just try to give to the needy. even though we was part of the meeting.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
And then going back to I took those gifts, and his birthday is 4 days after Christmas.
Right.
So he didn't know I had it stashed away, but I had to show him that you got to be consistent with kids. If you say you're not gonna do it, don't do it. I told him he showed out in school, he wasn't gonna get Christmas. So
What did he do in school?
oh, he showed his ass. Man, he was flipping desks. He was.
Oh man.
Man, I was about to whoop him in the classroom. The ladies like, no, not here. But anyway,
I ain't throw
he
that
got
chair
that.
at that girl.
That allegedly, you allegedly throw the
Allegedly
chair.
threw a chair at the teacher.
Wow.
Allegedly.
So anyway, he had a great birthday. Let's
Yeah.
put it like that. He had a great birthday.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually probably one of my better birthdays because birthdays is usually the day to sacrifice because I'm 4 days after Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah.
That usually gets sacrificed.
That's a hard birthday right there.
It's like, hey, I get a sweater from my auntie or something like that. You know,
Aunties always get sweaters.
Sweaters
Oh,
and
wear this,
cologne.
man. What you on?
Be some cologne. They put you on the cologne game. Dang, I was finna piggyback off that, and I totally forgot what I was about to say.
Yeah, no. So.
Wave report, baby.
Oh man, I'm random like that. That's all. That's all that is. But within that time period, you was doing a lot of stuff like that. With the amount of people doing things of that nature these days, like, do you really see that as being effective, or do we need to take a different approach?
It could be effective if they did it right, if they did it for the right reasons. Some people do it because they want to put their business out there. They want to, elevate whatever event or, they just want to do it for publicity.
Publicity. Do it for the look. Yeah.
But if you're doing it because it comes from your heart, that's one thing. I had a boys' home that we used to give back to, and I had a certain celebrity come because he went to our church. And the one thing I told him was no cameras, no news. This is all about kids. Mm-hmm. So he agreed to that. I agreed to that. And we did it. And probably nobody but those kids and us know we did it. Mm-hmm. So you got to do it from the heart. You can't just do it because you're trying to, uplift something you doing or, make it look good on you. You got to come from your heart.
True. It's kind of funny because, like, we skeptical these days. In 2019, we see somebody doing something.
Very much so.
Oh, that nigga got an album coming out. You know what I mean? Like, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Oh, what you about to push out there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You really don't get the benefit of the doubt no more because there's been so many people coming in and scamming and doing things for the image and, rehabilitation and stuff like that ain't genuine. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? How many more genuine people are really left out here? It's hard to tell, ain't it?
Yeah, it's hard to tell, especially with just media, period. You just never know anybody's intentions. You just never know. Yeah. Yeah,
so for you that be talking that trash, I want to step in my comments. I want to act like I fake care. I was raised like this, nigga. I was raised like this, nigga. I remember. Oh, we gonna talk about that then.
Go ahead.
I think I mentioned this the other day online. Do you remember Camp Craig?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Listen, my mama was trying to raise revolutionaries. We was reading up on and learning, watching videos and documentaries on black leaders as 10-year-olds.
Yes. You have to. You got to raise them right. I mean,
if
you don't know your history, how can you pass it down to your kids?
Facts.
And they have to keep going generation. Like Camp Craig was shit.
But some drawbacks to that, man. I went into school the next school year knowing stuff that kids didn't know, and it kind of made me arrogant in a way.
Yeah.
I fall asleep in class like, nigga, I know this already. It wasn't reflective of my grades.
I used to make you go to museums and write a report on what you saw.
Yep.
All that. Oh yeah. I tried to make them responsible. Mm-hmm. So I remember the one summer we had. Everybody had to go pick a rock, and you had to hold on to your rock all summer. If you were ever called forth and you didn't have your rock, you're going to do some laps.
Damn.
So they got a little exercise in there, too.
You wonder why I'm super athletic. There you go.
That's crazy.
You was a good running back.
I was awesome running
You
back.
sure was. Yeah, I helped you do that.
How hard is it as a parent to... I see this with my mom a little bit, and I know it's difficult for her. to watch your kid grow up into an adult and then realize they're an adult. Like they still your baby, but they also an adult. How hard is it for you to like let go? Like, man, this
Oh
like,
man,
like he a man or she a woman now.
it's hard for me. They gonna always be my babies, like always. I don't care if I'm 200 and they 100. Like they gonna be my babies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what do you think it is with parents that just can't like, man, they really like 30 years old.
It's
We
hard
got
to
kids
believe.
they own.
Every mom is gonna remember the day that child was laid in their arms. You're not gonna forget that, you know. So it's hard. Like I can't even believe he as old as he is right now. It's crazy to see all this. It's crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. See, on Sister Girls, it be like that. I forgot.
That's
I'm
the
on
waiting
wait report.
You gotta turn in the cell phone at the door.
Yeah.
That big nigga right there in the box. Now,
Yeah, but it's hard.
with the convenience of, we talking about social media a little bit, like what with the convenience of social media, do you think that improves the quality of life now, or is it so much drawback from that to where it's really not making anything better?
I think the start of it, the intent of it was good, and now I think more people are realizing the downside of social media, especially with all the negativity. Like you can do something positive, but you'll still get negativity from it, which is kind of crazy.
That's wild.
And then the constant like propaganda that you see, especially like all the political things that are going on. It's not good for anybody. It's a lot of misinformation out there,
Facts.
which ain't good. And then you got people, because it was supposed to be for us to connect with one another. Like, people connect with somebody who live across seas and stuff like that. It's now regulated to like us talking to people we already know.
Yeah.
And people like scared to reach out to other people. and
Niggas
stuff.
down the street.
Yeah. So there's a lot of drawbacks from it. It has done a lot of positive things for the community and for society. But I think something new is on the horizon. I don't know what it is yet, but something new is coming, and we just got to be prepared for it. Because nothing lasts forever. When MySpace existed, we all thought, nothing be better than MySpace.
Yeah.
That's how our minds work.
Yeah.
And then Instagram, Facebook came, and something else will come, and we'll see what happens.
You got to live a pretty long time without social media.
Computers in general.
Facts.
Was it hard for you to? Was it hard for you to adapt to new technology? And everything?
Yes.
It seems like you adapted pretty well. Though.
It's still hard, man. I'm telling you. I'm not technical by any means. Like half the time I don't know what the hell they be talking about. Editing? No, I can't do that. I can't do it. I mean, I got 4 kids, so hey, they can help me out.
Yeah.
Joan can help me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good. You good.
That's interesting to me though, because I feel old when I talk about it sometimes. Like we got to witness the evolution of the computer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got to see smartphone come into existence.
That's right.
You know, it's people being raised thinking that this is what it is. This is the bedrock of their childhood. Like, they think, you know, this is what it's always gonna be like. They don't even know they about to have hologram phones. They gonna stand
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? Hawaii
Yeah.
boots, nice.
Yeah.
You know.
But we do that at work already.
Yeah.
Like we have meetings at work. Just recently we had a meeting and it was a hologram. The guy was in North Carolina and his hologram was in the room. It was a room about 200 people, and that's how he addressed the meeting through hologram. It was interesting. The whole time I was like, damn. I couldn't even focus because I'm looking at technology.
Yeah,
it was cool.
It's evolving pretty fast. I had a beeper. When I was in middle school, I had a beeper. Then I had the Razor, flip phone, or I had the Razor.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But yeah, to see where it comes from now, because the iPhone was like 10 years old now, like a decade almost. I don't got an iPhone, so but I know it's like 10 years, a decade old. Things evolve pretty fast. Now I see they coming out with the 11.
Yeah.
Who
He
knows
had a
what it's gonna
payphone. I mean, he had the beeper. I had a payphone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't know how to use the pager at all.
for real.
No, not really. No, why is it buzzing? And whose number is this? Because it only told you the number.
Yeah.
Like, who number is this? I don't know. But I did know how to work that payphone hella good.
Yeah.
Man, I get out of football practice. I know how to call collect. I ain't had no money, man. I know how to call collect.
Yeah.
Hey, your mama come pick me up. You ever collect call from? Hey, mama come pick me up. It's to kill it. All facts.
Yeah.
Nah, man. So many things change. It's kind of scary. Like I watched what was the Will Smith movie with the robot,
iRobot.
iRobot, and we on the verge of iRobot, man.
I think we there.
Yeah,
I think we there. I mean, technology has taken over.
yeah.
Not to that degree, but it's taken over. All of us are on our phones. We're watching something on YouTube. We're doing something every day for the majority of the day, even at work. It's something technology related. So it has taken over. But the question is, how long can you disconnect from it to like live your regular life? You still have relationships with people you work with your kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And some people push that to the side for technology.
Yeah.
And then once they pick up their Facebook, it's like, oh man, like I don't have relationships with people no more.
Yeah.
My marriage is falling apart.
Yeah.
I don't spend time with my kids. That's when it becomes detrimental.
Right.
Yeah. Gotta take a break from that phone.
Facts. So when
A lot of people are addicted.
Yeah.
that's a huge fact. That is a huge fact. Like you ever scroll down somebody's timeline and you see that they post every 20 minutes?
Yeah, they're addicted.
Well, like, what are you doing with
And they
your
don't
life?
know that they're addicted. See, an addict, when you're an addict, they always say the first step is recognizing you have a problem. Most people don't think that it's an issue because it's so ingrained in us. Like if you're not on social media, something wrong with you, and that's crazy.
What boggles my mind is a little bit is like how you got so much to say and post, like when you ain't really doing it. When you on your phone, you ain't doing. You on your phone.
Yeah, you're not doing. You can't.
What are you really doing?
No, what get me is how you
That's
talk
what
to
I'm
me
saying.
on social media, but you see me in
That's
real
why.
life and you don't have
That's
nothing to
why.
say.
That's why. I see that a lot. You
got
say that
nothing
a
to
lot.
say.
Though.
So do y'all think social media has kind of like degraded our social interaction? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Our interpersonal relationships. Because like she said, I see people, they'll talk to you forever on comments, talk to you through Messenger, and then you see them, it's like they don't have much to say.
Yeah.
I be seeing people, they be texting each other, they be right next to each other, texting each other.
Oh, they not even
That's
really
crazy.
wild.
Y'all ever been out? Y'all been out to eat, and everybody's like at the table, but they on their phone. Like nobody's really talking and stuff like that. Yeah,
I kind of hate moments like that though.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you out to eat, like just savor the moment, say something silly, make some jokes, kick it, complain about the food at least, nigga. Do something. Do something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird to look at a table and everybody doing this.
That's the reality.
Was it quote unquote better during your time growing up when you didn't
Oh,
have?
yeah. Man, we was outside playing. Like, we couldn't come in no way. Like, we was gonna stay out there till the sun go down. You want some water? You better drink out that water hose, you know? We was outside
Water
having
hose,
fun.
the big cup.
Yeah.
We had a big cup on the porch. You had to drink from that. Don't come in. Don't come in and out my house. You running up my light bill.
Right. Stay in or out. What you gonna do?
What's the most, I guess I could say, shocking or surprising thing you see from, as Jonas said, from then till now? It could be about anything. It could be about the way people raise their kids now. It could be about education. It could be about social media. What's the thing that surprised you the most from when you were growing up to 2019?
Well, probably how on social media, it's like anything goes.
Like no boundaries.
It's really no boundaries. You know, people get out there and recently I saw somebody that had a surgery. It was a celebrity, and she pretty much was showing it all. Like, it's no boundaries anymore. Like, they can show anything or say anything.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
it's crazy because you know, when I was growing up on TV, the people didn't even sleep in the same bed. I mean, seriously, they had two twin beds and a lamp in between, and they was good night, honey. You know,
I always thought that was weird.
it was crazy. So to see that all of this now, man, my grandma and my mom probably be rolling over in their grave like, what are they doing? Like, are they naked?
Now we got 35-year-old grandma starting to bop
Oh, yeah. That's very real.
it. 35-year-old grandma.
That's true. That's very true.
Clubbing like it ain't no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ain't much privacy.
It ain't.
No.
It ain't. But you know what? I can see the benefits and stuff like that to where, let's say, somebody put up a video of a gastric bypass surgery, and they do it in an informative way, like, all right, this is what it looks like for those who's interested in doing it. This is the risk. These are the benefits. And it can be informative. Then you got other stuff that I just think you're just doing too much when you're a regular ass person and you trying to act like your life is some kind of reality show. And you ain't important enough. Like not that these celebrities are important people, because you celebrate them. I don't celebrate these niggas. They regular to me.
Yeah.
But since y'all celebrate them, and since it's y'all standards, you ain't important enough to be doing that shit. Nigga, live your life and get your money. Like, people are legitimately spending money to look good in front of a camera.
That's right.
And have no aspirations of going no further than that. They just want to look good for the picture or whatever. They just to turn up for that night.
Insecurity run deep, man.
Insecurity
run deep.
I have no faith in the future. We talking about then and now, but the future, I have no faith in humanity
Why, son?
whatsoever. We dead.
Oh, me neither. I don't have any type of.
What?
It's
Oh
over.
my Lord.
It's over.
I don't
There is
have
no
any.
hero.
Can I get my Social Security check now?
See, we might not even have Social Security by
I
the time
know,
we
ain't
get.
that
I know we
crazy?
ain't.
I want my damn money though. I don't put in. And I've been working. Somebody gonna give me my money now.
I mean, and then you'll have somebody to come in. This is where almost said a name. This is where somebody would swoop in and say, well, if you got your business right and you don't have to work, you don't have to rely on a 401k and some kind of Social Security when you set aside your money right and you do your this and that, and so you don't have to worry about that. The government don't have to give you this. Well, you can kiss my whole ass.
They ain't gonna be no favor. I paid into the system.
You get
I
what I'm
want my
saying?
money back.
You get what I'm saying? I paid into. This came out with the hopes of getting this later.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So what you mean? I don't know.
You have
man.
hope for the future, seeing everything that's going
I
on.
always have hope. Yeah, I always have hope.
I think mothers have like hope. They are very optimistic, man.
Life is hard.
It's hard. You gotta make lemonade out them lemons. You gotta just make it happen. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. You just gotta make it happen.
Yeah,
Whatever it is.
I'm definitely Mr. Positive Vibes is negative when it comes to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no faith in humanity whatsoever. I don't think. I believe people can change on a small scale. I don't think the world can change. I think the majority placeholders and the gatekeepers of the world won't allow certain things to be if it can't benefit them. And most of the things that can't benefit them is the welfare and the well-being of the average common folk. You know what I mean? Us being okay don't benefit them. They benefit off of our sickness. So, why the hell would they want us living good or being well? You know what I mean? So, hey, conspiracy theories, whatever. I say the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
My nigga.
I agree. Do you since we have you here, racism has been a big thing the past few years. It's always existed though. It's nothing new. Do you still experience racism to some degree in the workplace?
Every day.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Every day.
How do you deal with it?
First of all, I've been on my job for 18 years.
It's a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they already know me. You're gonna step to me correct. I don't care what's your nationality. I don't care about that. You're gonna step to me correctly. You're gonna give me respect, and you're gonna get the same in return. If you don't, you might get the business.
Sound like Jonah. Sound like Jonah.
But for the most part, I address it when it happens.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
So you don't let it linger on.
No. When it pop up, there's something gonna pop out. I'm gonna address it as soon as it happens. And I'm the type of person that I'm very forgiving. So even with racism, like if it happens, we have a conversation, we talk about it, and then it's gone. You know how I feel now. Don't let it happen again. And then I totally wipe it clean. Your slate clean with me after that. That's how I am.
That's
Good
dangerous.
heart. Yeah, good
It
heart.
could be dangerous,
Yeah,
but
good heart.
That's dangerous. I tell you what, if they ever come back to bite you in the butt, I will be the greatest mass terrorist, domestic terrorist the world has ever seen. And I'm hella black. I can do it way better than Dylan Roof and the boys.
I would have thought by now, because they keep saying that race relations have improved. But have they really?
No, they haven't. No,
they haven't. They've gotten worse.
I don't believe it got worse. I believe it's in our face. Like our reality is everyone's reality now, and people are trying to decide whether this is really reality or not. No, nigga, it's reality. This is life. This is what we've been telling y'all. What y'all couldn't see. This shit on camera now. Yeah, this is life. This is real.
It's real.
You know
It's
what
so
I mean?
real. But I think it's because our president is like, he can say and do whatever he wants. So he got his base thinking they can say and do whatever they want.
That's right.
So instead of, hiding behind the doctor's coat, the lawyer's table, the judge's bench, instead of just hiding behind that, now they just out front and they saying and do whatever they want. The sheets done came off, the hoods done came off, all of that, and they just out there saying and doing what they want to do because they think they can.
Why do those type of people? So if you keep poking at the lion, you can't get mad when the lion ends up striking.
Yeah.
So if people mess with us as far as being like the minority, quote unquote. So if we react in a volatile manner, why do people always look at us like you shouldn't react like that? What do you want me to do? I can only be so passive for so long.
Right.
Everybody has like a line. Even the most peaceful people like you or Joe ain't like that. But you like you're very forgiving. But you got a point where you're like, okay, this is enough.
I have a breaking point. I think everybody has a breaking point.
Yeah, and they get on us like, well, you shouldn't talk back to this person. You shouldn't talk to this person, especially like at work. If I don't care their position, they still a person. If they talk to me any kind of way, I have the right to defend myself.
I agree with that. Always demand respect. And I'm like, when it comes to that type of thing, I'm more of a Malcolm X type person. You're gonna get what you give me.
I'm like, hey.
I love it. I love Martin Luther King and the things that he stood for. But eye for an eye, I guess.
And people always misconstrue Malcolm X. He wasn't trying to be violent. He was just saying, if you mess with him, you gotta get what's coming. They ain't gonna just sit there.
He ain't just finna just beat me up, bro. He ain't just finna just we ain't finna just beat on me.
Now we ain't finna just get hosed down and I'ma slip and slide and it's okay.
And then you gonna go back and be like, see, that's a good man.
Right. Because Martin Luther King even had a breaking point. He was doing that up to a point, and then he was like, all right, this is enough. Right before he
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, we get tired, man.
Yeah.
I ain't Kevin Gates, but I get tired. I get tired. And I tell you what, I think we at a place to where, this is my personal theory, we live in a melting pot. America, the society is full of different colors and ethnicities and whatnot. Look at the numbers and you see the decline year by year. White people gonna be extinct. And at least in America, we're gonna be brown nation. Give it 15, 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be the majority no more. You know what I mean? And I believe that the major pushback that we've seen, or the last minute struggle, was for power from the powers that be. It's kind of like a last ditch effort to kind of like just hold on to a way of life they've known, or
because they see it slipping away.
Because they know it's gone. I see so many brown babies these days.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. And the prince, and he married to a black woman.
Yes.
They don't like that. They don't like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's not the first in that line, that lineage.
That's
I
right.
mean,
That's
Queen Elizabeth's grandmother was black.
Right.
So.
See, people don't know that.
Yeah.
Inform the people. They don't know. They don't know.
I mean, it is what it is. We are becoming a true melting pot of just brown people. Mm-hmm. And I was watching a show the other day, and they were talking about kids that were mixed and how you feel about interracial relationships and stuff like that. To each his own. I think a lot of white guys out there are cute or whatever, but it's just never been for me. I've never dated outside of my race. I love a black man. And the one lady, she said something that resonated with me. She said, how can I lay next to someone that reminds me of oppression?
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
That's deep. I tell you what though, I know a lot of people that's really strong. Some of my closer homies, like, they're really strong on it's black or nothing type stuff. Like, they don't want to date outside of their relationship. Out of their race, and they don't want to, see nobody else doing it either. They don't go around trying to, tear families apart and stuff like that. They just don't approve of it. And to you, I say this: go get you a glass of milk. It's white. Go get you some chocolate syrup. Put that in there. You can put just a little bit.
Yeah.
Stir it around a little bit.
A drop.
I
used to put the whole thing. The Hershey's shot. I used to put the whole thing in the milk.
One drop don't make it chocolate though.
It was no longer white. It was no longer white.
Nah.
Black people, it don't matter. If you date outside your race, you know somebody dating outside of your race, them kids are no longer white.
Right.
So if you want to play that card and you want to be that person, look at it that way. Your kids are brown now, like your grandkids, like that. You know, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So nigga, salute to you and your shit you stand on. But black is beautiful, and it is what it is. Now, if people, I don't, and it's the same for people who like, for white folk who, you know, want to be with white folk. Like, I have no problem with that. It's a strong possibility your kids gonna like some brown.
Oh yeah.
You got to be okay with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, people like what they like, and it is what it is, bro. That's like, I have no issues when it comes to that. And I know that kind of stuff was frowned upon way back, you know, and even a little bit now with colorism. You would see a light-skinned kid in school, you knew one of the parents wasn't black. And you just get picked on. Light-skinned kids got picked on for a little bit.
Yeah.
Chocolate babies got picked on a little bit.
Yeah.
You know
I remember, yeah. I remember.
You know,
Yeah.
colorism is real.
Growing up, I experienced colorism a lot, especially living in Central Park. But my mom was mixed. Her dad was white, and my grandmother was black. So they didn't really know what my mama was.
Native.
Native, yeah. So I experienced a lot of colorism. I'm pretty sure she did growing up in her era because she didn't fit in anywhere.
What are those spots? Those are freckles.
Right, exactly, exactly. And so raising my kids, I got 2 boys, 2 girls. I got 2 dark, 2 light. I'm pretty sure they don't experience colorism too. It's crazy because colorism isn't just with whites. It's us. It's blacks. It's African Americans that it's like the syndrome of house nigga feel nigga.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Why does the color of my skin matter to you? What difference does it make? It don't make me less intelligent. It don't make me more intelligent. Just get to know me. You know?
Who care? You are institutionalized. You are, yeah. You are institutionalized. You are still a slave. If you look at color, you black, and you dealing with this colorism thing. You don't want your kids to be dark or light. Now I said earlier, you like what you like when it comes to, but if you only want your lineage to look this certain color, you are a slave. You are institutionalized. You are what's wrong with this world. And I wish I could legally slap the shit out of you.
I mean, you could legally slap him.
I mean,
I ain't got no bail money right now.
Yeah,
You can slap nobody right now.
we in these streets. It's the wave report.
It's the wave report. You have anything else you want to say?
No, it's been a
jewels you
blast.
wanna
I
drop?
have enjoyed myself. You guys are amazing. Thank you for having me.
Leave the viewer audience with some wisdom.
Some wisdom.
Cause we be wilding on here.
Wisdom, I guess I would say, if you believe in something, believe in enough to follow it all the way through. Don't let anybody smash your dreams, tell you can't do something. Just go out there and live life. Don't let life just pass you by. Get out there and just do your dreams. Be what you want to be, regardless of what your circumstance is, because you can do it.
That's real. And we come from the bottom, so you know.
I'm from the bottom.
But don't forget where you came from.
Always. There's some people who like that.
Right.
Some people who like that.
I'm gonna get him some dance lessons.
I don't need to dance. I pull up my pants and do the rock away. It's the wave report, man.
Thank
Your
y'all
boy,
for
Yo,
watching the
Joe,
wave report.
man.
Tremonte, Mama Bear here.
Sister girls, check it out on YouTube. Subscribe. Hey, make sure you subscribe to the channel too, man. And also like the Facebook page. We be wilding on there too, man. It's the wave report, baby.
I don't care what they all say. If it ain't right, then it ain't right. You know I play no game.